as a business owner, it is so important to be sure that you have a steady flow of customers coming through your door. And, it might be tough because you're like, man, the only way to get business into my door is by spending a bunch of money on ads. And, I don't have thousands of dollars a month to drop and hand over to Google. Say, here you go, Google. Here's my money. Please send customers my way. And usually they will if they're properly optimized, if your ads are. They'll put you in front of the right people. But sometimes, you aren't able to to make that work. So luckily, there are literally hundreds of ways to get business for free. So let's start pretty simple. You all heard of Facebook, right? So Facebook is a super easy way to get business. All you have to do is create a professional page. Make sure you fill out as much as possible. So one thing I notice a lot of business owners do is that they're vague in their descriptions, and they're like, "Oh, I'm a window cleaning business." Like that's all they would say in the About Me section. No, fill that sucker up. You need to put everything all the way through to talk about what problem you solve, how you do it better than anyone else, this, that, and the other. And so make sure that every single section is as filled out as possible. Post photos. Make sure that you're posting regularly and consistently, because all this builds credibility, right? So if somebody's searching for your type of business and they happen to find you, they're going to want to make sure that you are a legitimate business owner. You can also create a Facebook group that's dedicated to your ideal audience. And so in this group, you're going to want to provide value. You're going to want to occasionally post an offer so that you can see this in action. I want you to visit my Facebook community. It's called the Being Magnetic Community. Go from chase to attract. And so you can visit that at gobemagnetic.com, and that will take you over to Facebook. Another way to get business for free is Google My Business. So a lot of people want to be number one on Google. They want to be on the first page. Well, Google makes that incredibly easy because they have this tool called Google My Business. How nice of them. So all you have to do is fill out everything, like I said before with Facebook. And if you fill out everything on your Google My Business page, optimize it for your keywords, put your tags, your location, all of that in there, Google will put you up in certain areas where they feel like you are the best fit. So if you heard of the Google 3-pack, so whenever you Google something and you see the top 3 results under the map, they call that the map pack or the 3-pack, that's where you want to try to go. But you can't get there unless you have a Google My Business page. So the first step is just to create one, collect reviews, and run wild. There are a lot of other social channels that you can get business from. So I'm going to run through them real fast. And there's going to be some that I'm not listing here. And if they're not listed here, that's usually just because they're something I haven't worked with. So TikTok and Snapchat won't be on here. Not saying those aren't good ways to get business. They're just ways I don't know how to use. So I'm not gonna tell you how to get business from there. But Twitter is basically a mini blog posting your content. You can link to your site, and so that if you fill it up with some keywords, when those keywords are searched, your Twitter post might show up, which is kind of cool. And then if that Twitter post links to your website, you can drive traffic to your website that way. Pinterest is basically an SEO machine. So every time you write a blog post, post it on the Pinterest, make sure it has keywords, a description, all of that stuff, and you'll be able to get leads through that. Instagram. A ton of business owners are using Instagram to get more clients. They're using it for their business development. So you can utilize the post features, the story features, all of this, posting, about your business, what your business does, the problem you solve. And then you can also use the direct messaging function, so you can slide into people's DMs and connect with your ideal customer. I do want to say, like with any DMs or cold outreach, that sort of stuff, just be helpful before anything else. Don't just come in and be like, hey, hire me to do this. No, that's how you get blocked. That's how people ignore you. Just help others first. LinkedIn is if you are B2B, this is where I would highly recommend you be. Just create a professional profile, make sure it's fully optimized, everything's in it, and then create posts that are relevant for your business and helpful to your clients. So another way that I use to get more clients into my business is networking. I attend some business networking events and groups, and I like to say your net worth or your network is your net worth, right? So I don't remember who said that, but it is a really famous quote. So surrounding yourself with, other business people who can help your business grow are the key to your success. You can join chambers of commerce to find like-minded people. You could join leads groups or referrals groups, or you could even join a co-working location. So chambers of commerce and leads groups and referrals groups, they usually run more on the expensive side. They can be as low as a couple $100, but as high as a couple $1,000s. So that's what I call relatively inexpensive. A lot of times they are worth the investment. So just talk to people who are members now and say, hey, what is the return on investment you've got? Especially if they're in a similar industry to you, be like, hey, what sort of return can I expect? Co-working, this is a fun one, and it's newer because co-working is a relatively newer concept. There are a lot of co-working spaces in Orlando. We have Expansive, Industrious. There's a couple more that I don't remember the names of. I've worked out of Expansive, and actually moving back there. And it's a great place. It's a good way to connect with other business owners to grow your business and build strategic partnerships. Build your own website is another way to get business for free or inexpensive. And so I know what you might be thinking, Chad, you own a web design company. Why are you telling me to build my own website? Well, if you don't have thousands of dollars to invest in a website, it might be a good idea to build your site using a platform like Wix or Squarespace, or my personal favorite, Phone Sites. Phone Sites makes it easy to build lead converting landing pages in a flash. The templates are written and optimized to get more leads into your pipeline and more cash into your pocket. Visit bestwaytogetleads.com to sign up for a free 7-day trial of Phone Sites and to build your first site in 5 minutes flat. That's bestwaytogetleads.com. Now, another great way to generate business is your blog. Blogging is the key to SEO. It helps you rank higher on Google, and Google loves content. So put out a ton of content so that Google can just absorb all of that up. You know who else likes content? Your customers. Your customers are more likely to use you if you're putting out valuable content that they can actually use or enjoy or read or understand. So put your best stuff out there and watch your leads climb. Now, a caveat to this is I want to say this is the long game. Blogging and SEO take time. You're not going to put out a blog and immediately get 100 leads. You're not going to blog for 2 months and get 100 leads. You're not going to blog for probably a year and get 100 leads from your blog. But down the road, it's going to generate a lot of business, and you'll be able to utilize it. So what you plant now, you can eat later. Just not right now. Write an ebook. Ebooks are great lead generators. They provide value up front, and basically you're giving your audience something for free that's valuable that they would pay for in return for their email address. So they put their email address in, you send them an ebook, and now they're in your pipeline and you can talk to them on a regular basis. Creative business cards are a great way to generate more business. So with business cards, you want to not be boring. Man, I see all the time these business cards, they're just white and flimsy, and they just have, Times New Roman font that says Joe Schmo, accountant, bunch of boring stuff that no one cares about. Think of something that's relevant for your business, that's creative. You can put an image on there. You could really put anything. You could also use a unique size or texture or shape. So I've had a bunch of different size business cards. I used to work for a nonprofit. It was called Center on the Square. So whenever I worked there, I had square business cards because it was Center on the Square. So I would hand square business cards. It would, it's different. It sits in people's wallets different. When they're looking through their cards, that's going to be the one they see. I've also had these like really tiny cards. Now, those ones didn't help me as much. They did help me stand out whenever I handed them to somebody, but they got lost so easily. The business cards I have now they're extra thick. So whenever somebody holds them, they usually are fiddling with it because they're like, oh, this is heavier than normal. And things that are heavier usually have more value. Now, another thing you could do is partner with relatable businesses. So if you are an accountant, you could partner with a financial planner, or you could partner with a payroll company. Real estate agents can partner with mortgage lenders or title companies. Whatever it is, find somebody who's servicing your clients first and work with them. So the last thing I'm going to share with you today about getting more clients into your business is referrals. Referrals are all around us. You just have to have relationships. So build relationships with others and then give. If you give to others, they will give back to you. It's the law of reciprocity. So give, show your appreciation, and always communicate with your sphere.